Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm your host, Willie A. Price. Willie A. Price Speaks, and this is A Better You Lifestyle. I want to welcome you guys tonight. This is our second week of the month of November, and we're talking about understanding your you. No, actually, we're doing a mother's love. Wow, I just forgot that fast. We're doing a mother's love tonight. Tonight is a mother's love. And again, my name is Willie A. Price. Willie A. Price Speaks. I meant to change shirts, but I didn't get a chance to because I've been very busy today. And we do this show every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Starting off the first week, we always do Understanding Your You, which was last week. Tonight is a mother's love. Next week is Financially You. And then our fourth week is Making Your House Your Home, where we talk all about real estate and the benefits and the disadvantages of owning real estate. So we're going to talk about both sides because I find that a lot of people who own real estate right now are not very happy, especially in New York State, where they've changed a lot of the laws for investors, especially small landlords who own rental property, who are just having so many problems. So if you're interested in finding out more about that, actually, if you're in the Buffalo, Niagara Falls area, Tuesday night, 5:30 to 8 o'clock, Total Networking Tuesdays. We're going to have Andrew Scott, who's going to be at the Trek Center from 5:30 to 8 o'clock. He's going to be one of our speakers, and the topic is real estate. The real estate, what's going on in Western New York and the benefits and the disadvantages of owning real estate in Western New York right now. So if you're interested in real estate, or if you want to buy real estate, or you just want to find out some of the states of real estate, come to the Trek Center, which is 616 Niagara Street in Niagara Falls, New York, from 5:30 to 8. It's a $10 admission. We have food and refreshments and drinks and all kind of activities. It's a networking event. It's called Total Networking Tuesdays. So we will be there this Tuesday, which is the 14th, 15th of November. And Trek Center is 616 Niagara Street. So if you're interested in real estate or want to know the state of real estate or what's going on with real estate or how to get involved in real estate, Andrew Scott is going to be there, and he's going to definitely help you. He's one of the top realtors in Western New York, and we're going to have some other realtors there as well. So come out and share with us with that information. I was trying to do a screen share, and that's what took me a minute to get on today, but I couldn't do the screen share. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you an event that we have coming up. I'm trying to see how to put this on the screen here. All right. International Men's Day, and that's going to be on November the 19th, and it's going to be at the International Preparatory School in Buffalo, New York, 110 14th Street, Buffalo, New York, 14213, from 9:30 to 11:30 on Saturday. That's a Saturday. This is an event that I'm really, really excited about. And I'm going to hold this up again later. I was trying to do a screen share and I couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to work. So I just had to hold that up, and I'm glad I printed it out. But I just want to tell you about this event. I am so, so excited about it. I'm a part of a group called Voice of Men 360, and their main headquarters is in Toronto, Canada. And I've been involved with this group for about almost 3 years. I met Savan, who's the head of the organization, and he and I have been constantly doing different workshops and presentations. I've been the MC, I've been the moderator, I've been a presenter at so many of their events. It has just been a blessing to me to be able to talk to and work with young people, and men and young people all over the world. Internationally, I just did something with a group of kids in Nigeria a couple weeks ago. We do stuff with kids. I've worked with people in Scotland and Australia, England. I mean, it's really been a great opportunity. Voice of Men 360. If you're a man or even a woman who's interested in finding out how to help men to prepare for being successful and things that men go through. And it's not just being successful, it's just issues that men go through that a lot of times people don't realize and recognize because we don't see men as having problems, or we are not that concerned with men having problems. Most people are wrapped up in themselves or their children, or just selfish like that. So sometimes we don't realize that men go through things that they also need some help with, or some attention, or some direction, or some mental care. So Voice of Men 360 is an organization that I connected with 3 years ago. And so I've been doing a lot of things with them. But during that time, like I said, I've been involved with them. I've done workshops and trainings and different activities with kids in Nigeria. I have a group of children that I'm working with in Nigeria, and I'm really excited about them. But during that time, the gentleman by the name, where is his name? Where is his name? Dr. Jerome Toluxi. Dr. Jerome Toluxi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. He created this activity, this celebration, and it's called International Men's Day. International Men's Day. And I'm going to hold this up again. This is our flyer. This is a flyer that's taking place in Western New York, and it's going to be, like I said, on the 19th in Buffalo. So he created this celebration called International Men's Day. And International Men's Day is an activity. This is actually the 5th year for International Men's Day. And it's every November 19th all over the world, except for in the United States of America. It was not taking place in the United States of America. So Dr. Jerome reached out to me because he saw me presenting and being a part of the Voice of Men 360 organization, and he saw the things that I was doing with them. So he reached out to me, then he reached out to a couple of other organizations around the United States of America and asked, would we do a International Men's Day in the United States? Would we be the ambassadors and we host those events in the United States? So I was happy. I was happy to be obliged, to be able to be a part of that, to be able to say that I was one of the people that helped put on the first International Men's Day in the United States. This thing has been taking place for 5 years. It's in 25 countries, but it's the first time this year that it will be taking place in the United States of America. And Western New York is going to be one of those places. And it's disappointing to me that when I first brought this program to the United States to be presented, I was going to present it in Niagara Falls, New York, where I live. And due to powers beyond my, beyond what I could handle, what I could deal with, I ended up having to move it to the city of Buffalo, who was welcoming of this event, who was, overwhelmed and excited to bring this event. So I've been able to connect with Roswell Park. I've been able to connect with Say Yes Buffalo. I've been able to connect with so many men and women organizations and schools to bring this event, International Men's Day, to the city of Buffalo. And we're going to be at the International Preparatory High School in the city of Buffalo, 110 14th Street, Buffalo, New York, 14213. And it's going to be from 9:30 to 11:30 on Saturday. Now, they already have a group of young men that are going to be at that school because they have a Saturday program there. But we're inviting young men from all over the city of Buffalo. We're inviting men from all over the city of Buffalo, of all cultures, all races, all nationality, all professions, because what we're trying to do is called International Men's Day, celebrating men's and boys' health. So it's about men and boys on this first event, and it's men and boys' health. And we're recognizing my fraternity brother, my friend who passed away recently through a fire with him and his 2 daughters, Jonathan Daniels, who was a doctor, and he worked with children, pediatric doctor in the city of Buffalo. And when I brought it to Buffalo, people were welcoming of this event because, again, it's recognizing someone who committed so much to young people in the community, especially in the city of Buffalo. So I wasn't upset that Niagara Falls did not want to be a part of this event. It actually made it more valuable because Jonathan was from the city of Buffalo, and this really helped to promote and be a recognition and in memory of him to be able to kick off this first event for my fraternity brother, for my friend Jonathan Daniels. So again, I'm really excited about this. And like I said, it's called International Men's Day Celebration and Conference, and it's going to be 2 hours this year. And I'm hoping to be an annual event, probably at this same location. Every year, we're going to be at this location and we're going to make it bigger and better to eventually where it becomes a full day workshop with trainings and activities. But this one, like I said, is going to be on men and boys' health, physical, personal, and financial health and well being. And so when you think about that, it's not just medical health. We're going to talk about personal development. We're going to talk about hygiene. We're going to talk about nutrition. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about self-awareness. We're going to talk about prostates. We're going to talk about getting to the doctor, getting to the dentist, because we know men don't do those things. Boys don't do those things unless their parents take them. They're not going on their own. Unless their wife or girlfriend or somebody is nagging them, most men don't go on their own. And if we can figure out a way to keep it together without having to go to the doctor, most men won't go to the doctor. So that is why I think this is so important that we're going to be doing this celebration, International Men's Day, celebration of men and boys on this day, talking about the topics and the issues that our young men and our men go through, and trying to be healthy and have a better life, because this program is a Better You lifestyle, which is helping young men and young women and parents and families create better lifestyles for themselves. You got to start with your health. You got to start with your health. You have to be able to, you have to exercise. So we're going to have people come in and talk about exercise. We're going to have people come in and talk about nutrition. And I'm getting a group of men. I've really been excited because I've gotten so many men who've reached out to me and agreed to come out and participate in this event. I was a little leery because it was such a last minute. We had to move it from Niagara Falls, like I said, to Buffalo. And so as a result of that, we only had a couple of weeks to get everything set up. And we're into our last week. And I have so many men that have reached out and agreed to be a part of this event. And then I've reached out to a couple of organizations to come out and do testing, prostate, and talk about prostate cancer, and talk about dental care, and talk about nutrition, and talk about financial literacy, and talk about mental health and entrepreneurship. And we're going to have people come out who are entrepreneurs and talk about how they got started and where they are now and what does it take to be a successful entrepreneur. I mean, we're going to have so many different people there, so many men there. And that's one of the things this International Men's Day is all about: young men and men seeing each other, because so often we don't see each other. We don't know who's in our community. We don't know what advantages and disadvantages men go through in trying to be successful, whether it's raising a family, whether it's healthcare, whether it's nutrition, whatever the case may be. So I'm excited. I'm feeling blessed because I was a little nervous, like I said, when we had to move it so abruptly to the city of Buffalo, but it was welcomed with open arms through the Say Yes program. And I want to thank them for welcoming and allowing, to be a part of this event, and allowing this event it's going to be successful, and it's going to be an annual event. So that's what I'm really excited about, because we're going to put together a committee, and that committee is going to help us to plan, because we also have another event coming up in, I want to say March 16th or May 16th. And it's called World Day of the Boy Child. And World Day of the Boy Child is every March. I got the dates, either March 16th or May 16th. One of those dates. I think it's March 16th. Every year, March 16th is World Day of the Boy Child. And what that program does is celebrate young men and address the issues that young men go through. So that day, we may do something again at International Prep, or we may do it at another school, just to be more inclusive of other schools, and maybe do it on a different side of the city. And this way we can address the issues that young boys go through, or we may do it in several schools. It depends on how big this committee gets. But the thing is, this is going to be an annual event, 2 events: International Men's Day and World Day of the Boy Child. Those are 2 events, 2 programs that we're going to be doing specifically geared towards men and young boys. And then we're still going to do our program, No Dream is Impossible, which is for both boys and girls. And we have some great things coming up with that, where we're looking at working with young people to help them to, again, their physical, personal, financial development, and helping them to become successful. And then we also have our parenting programs which we're bringing in a mother's love, where we're showing parents how to prepare their young people for success while at the same time growing the family into one successful uh, family status versus a child having knowledge and the parents maybe doing something, but teaching them how they can do things together and be successful. So I'm really excited about what's going on in what we're doing with a Better You lifestyle. This organization came together last year in September 2021. It came together, and I was encouraged to, get involved with this organization to help do just what we're doing: physical, personal, and financial development for youth and families. And at the time, I was a little reluctant. I was a little leery about, how it would go. And because of the target area we were doing, which was, well, more like the target city that we were trying to focus on. But now this thing has expanded to other cities, to other areas, to other organizations. So, I mean, I'm really excited the fact that we're going to be doing some things to help a Better You lifestyle, help create better lives and lifestyles for people living in Western New York. So if you're interested, if you're a man that has a skill or wants to talk about hygiene, nutrition, financial literacy, mental health care, prostate, if you're a doctor and just want to come in and talk about the importance of physicals, whatever it is whatever you feel you want to come in and talk about, how you started your business and what it took to start your business. And we have some people come in and talking about that. We have some people who are business people who are also entertainers. And so how you juggle a business with your entertainment business. And so, I mean, how you have, we have people that we have, like I said, people in real estate. We have people that are going to be coming from different walks of life and different cultures and different nationalities all together at International Preparatory High School in the city of Buffalo. So when I say I'm excited, I am so excited about this because this is something that is coming together so well. When I say God is blessing this activity, and this is not my activity. This is not my activity. I was just asked to be a part of it. This is going to be something that Buffalo is going to be able to take pride in and recognize as being one of the first in the United States to take part in this event and host it for the young men and men in the city of Buffalo and Western New York, because it's open to all the men and young men of Western New York. So I don't know how many people we're going to have there. And so I'm going to meet with the school on Tuesday to see what room and what the room size is and how many people we can accommodate, because I'm excited about this. And like I said, I've gotten a great response from a number of men in Western New York, not just in the city of Buffalo, but around Western New York, who have agreed to come and be a part of this event. So if you're available, you want to come in and just network and talk to the young men and meet these young men, because that's one of the whole things is about letting them, that young men see professional men. They see the crime, they see the drug dealers, they see the alcohol, they see all these other things going on in their community. But it's so rare that they get to meet the police officer, they get to meet a doctor, they get to meet a lawyer, they get to meet a professional, realtor, or whatever the case may be. It's very rare that they get to meet those people, because they're quite often we don't live in their communities, or they don't see us in their communities because of the isolation or the separatism that may take place. But on that day, November 19th, from 9:30 to 11:30, we're going to be at International Preparatory High School, and that's 110 14th Street in the city of Buffalo. So if you'd like to come out and be a part of this event, it's going to be first time in the United States, and it's going to be on that day all over the country, 25 countries now, including the US, 26 countries. And it's going to be something. It's going to be something. So come out and be a part of that. I wanted to share that with you guys tonight. I didn't really want to get into a lot with a mother's love other than talking about this event, because I was so excited about just how it has come together in the last 2 weeks. Once we found, where we were going to have our location, we actually just got our location on last Friday. I've been kind of planning it, but because I didn't know where we were going to be, I was, juggling things. But now that we know where our location is, we've been able to promote and, get people to come out and agree to come out and speak and be a part of the program. But this program is not just about speakers. This is about networking and letting young men see that there are men doing things in their community that they can reach out and touch and have a conversation with. And there may be a young man that may even have an interest in some of the same things that some of these people are doing, and be able to talk to that person and maybe exchange their number or follow them on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever the case may be, so they can see how that person is developing, how that person has created the opportunities in life that they have. And so when that young man is be able not only have that goal, but now he has someone who can be possibly a mentor to them, that helps to create a better lifestyle for a lot of these young men who at this time in life are having so many issues because there are no role models out there. People are struggling. People are not as willing to, get down in the trenches and work with young people like they used to. We have events where you have an event for young people or for parents and young people, and 10 people show up, 5 people show up. And so it makes it really difficult and frustrating for organizers to do these events, because there's so much time and energy and work that goes into putting these things together, and then you have 5 or 10 people show up, and it makes it frustrating. But we're not going to be frustrated, because like I said, we have a number of young people that are going to be already at the school, because they have what is called a Saturday Academy, and the young men who are part of the Saturday Academy are going to be in this program. Then we've invited several young men groups and organizations to come over to the school on that Saturday and be a part of this event, this celebration. And then we've invited men and professionals and doctors and lawyers and attorneys and different people, police officers, firefighters. We've invited everybody from all races and cultures and different parts of the city and different parts of Western New York to come out and be a part of this. So when I say I'm excited, in the response that I've been getting from people, that said, yes, I'm down for this. Yes, I'll be a part of it. What else do I need to do? What can I do to help this to be successful? Being there is what's going to make it successful. Letting these young men see other men who are doing some of the things that they may be interested in, or just being that positive role model, being able to see them for, something that they can possibly dream of one day being. I always tell people, no dream is impossible. You can do anything you set your mind to do. But sometimes you can't set your mind to do something if you've never seen that activity taking place, or that met that person who's doing something that you never thought you'd be able to do. So that's what this is all about. International Men's Day celebration and conference for men and boys health. And like I said, it's not just health of like healthy health, it's physical, personal, and financial health and well-being. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics, a lot of different areas. We're going to have a couple speakers. We're going to do some networking. We're going to be giving away hygiene kits. So we're going to be doing some testing. I'm getting donations from different places to give out. So we're going to do a lot of giveaways, because again, this is something that's going to be an annual event, and it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get bigger. So if you guys know me, if you know my history, you remember I was the co-founder of an event called Project Alpha Boys to Men in the city of Buffalo several years ago. And that event grew to where we had over 250 young men on a one-day conference every year for like 6 years. So that is what we're looking at. We're looking at bringing young men from all over the city, 250, 300 young men, eventually having this thing at the convention center. Who knows? Where we have 500 young men coming out, networking, and being a part of this, and having a committee that we can help this thing to be something really positive for the young men in the city of Buffalo. And that doesn't exclude women, because we're going to have women participating. But the goal is to focus on the issues that men go through. And some of those issues are relationships. So we may even have some women come in and talk about relationship. So, these are things that, can develop into this workshop, and so into this program. So again, this is what we're doing. I'm going to show this again. International Men's Day, November 19th, International Preparatory High School in the city of Buffalo, 110 14th Street, Buffalo, New York, 14213, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. And so we didn't do a registration again because we just got the location. So we're not doing a registration for it. But if you are interested in coming out and being a part of it, you can email me at where are we going to email me at? A Better You Lifestyle at gmail.com. A Better You Lifestyle at gmail.com. So if you're interested in being a part of it, or if you want more information, A Better You Lifestyle at gmail.com. Send me an email and I can get some information to you if you'd like to be a part of it, or if you'd like to make a donation of some type of goods or something to the young men that we can give away, dental toothbrushes, socks, whatever. If you want to do something to help this thing to be successful, give us a call. My number is also 716-404-9697, 716-404-9697. Reach out to me and let me know how you would like to be a part of this, or how you would like more information, or whatever the case may be. Also, what else is going on? A mother's love. What can we talk about with a mother's love? I think this was basically what I want to talk about tonight, because like I said, I'm so excited about what's going on with this, but I wanted to share this with you. And please let other people know about it. Let men know about it. Let nieces and nephews know about it. Young men know about it that may live in that area, or even if you want to bring them over to the event. We're going to be there for 2 hours. We're going to do different presentations, different workshops. We have different people coming in. We're going to be doing giveaways. I think we're going to have about 50 hygiene kits that we're going to be giving away to the young men in the community, with toothbrushes and washcloths and deodorant and soap and different things that we're going to give away, because we're going to be talking about hygiene and nutrition. And you'd be surprised at how many young men, when I do my programs, are not aware of how to do proper hygiene for themselves, especially when they're raised in single households where there's a single mother in the household, and the mother knows, get in there and take a shower, but then he goes in there and he's taking a shower, but he doesn't know how to really clean his body. And because he's embarrassed, because he doesn't want the mother coming in there looking at his body, so he's in there trying to do things himself. So we talk about things like that. We talk about hygiene. We talk about nutrition, talk about eating properly. And especially with the things that they're putting in foods these days, we definitely need to talk about hygiene on nutrition, not hygiene, nutrition, with both our young men and our young women, and with our parents. Because there's a lot of parents who buy so many processed foods and feed it to their families, and it's killing our families. It's making them sick. It's putting things in their bodies, toxic things in their bodies, that are going to eventually, you end up in the hospital with some kind of illness that could have been avoided. I was watching this video the other day, and I saw something. They were talking about the biogenetic additives in the food. I think that was the name of biogenetic, something like that. It's biogenetic additives that they put in foods now to make foods. And I started going through my cabinets looking to see if I had any of those things in my cabinet. And I did. I had something that I was actually getting up that morning to make, and found that it had that biogenetic ingredients in it, which means these are ingredients that are not the regular ingredients of eggs and milk and whatever, but there's some kind of chemicals that they created that are similar to eggs and butter and milk and all that stuff. And so that's what's used to make what I was about to make that morning was pancakes. I was about to make some instant pancakes, and I got the mix out, and I looked on the back and I saw that information. I bought a bag of potato chips from a grocery store, and I didn't, at the time I had already bought the bag of potato chips. So when I got it home and I went to open them yesterday, I opened it up and I looked on the back and saw biogenetic additives in the potato chips. So we have to be careful with our nutrition for our young people, for ourselves, for our families, for whoever. Those things are killing us. Those things are making our body. It's not any nutritional value to them. And what it basically is a chemical that's going into our body, which counteracts what our bodies are used to and what our bodies can fight off. And as a result of that, it kills off our immune system and makes us sick. So you have people going into the hospital with all kind of ailments and high blood pressure, and they were talking about diabetes. I was watching a video today talking about diabetes, and diabetes actually was a good thing. And they said because what diabetes is actually telling you that you're putting too much sugar in your body. And as a result, your body would respond to that. And then you take the initiative to stop eating so many things that has sugar in them. And that's what diabetes is. But what the different medical and chemical, what's it called? Pharmaceutical companies started doing was they said, hey, that's a disease. And as a result of making it a disease, now instead of you naturally going out and stopping eating sugar and the different things that may affect your diabetes and make you have that high sugar content, blood pressure, whatever case, they created medication. These pharmaceutical companies say, hey, because this is a disease, now we're going to create this medication. And then you take this medication to help you combat the diabetes, which is all you had to do is watch what you eat and get better eating habits, which would have reduced it. But the diabetic medication, actually, it seduces your body from fighting off those things and making you aware of those things. And then if you look at the side effects of a lot of these medications, sometimes those side effects are much worse than the ailment that you're trying to combat with the medication. You ever hear those commercials and they tell you, and this medication, and in little print in the bottom of the screen, or they may say it real fast during the commercial, it'll tell you all these side effects of something. If you have high blood pressure, you can take this medication, but then the side effects are your legs are going to fall off, so it has all these side effects that are worse than what you're taking the medication for. I am 60 years old, and people are surprised that I'm 60 years old. But the thing is, I tell you that because I'm 60 years old, I take no medication. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. I don't have all those things. Knock on wood, knock on plastic, knock on whatever you want to knock on. But I have none of those things. I take no medication. I have no pills I have to take every day. I drink apple cider vinegar, turmeric, ginger, green, start doing some beets. I do different things like that. And I do natural things that I try to put into my body to keep my body naturally aware and immune, my immune system going, so I don't have to do those things. We have to get back to that with our children. We have to start finding and reading. And that's the problem. They say you want to hide something from a person or people, you put it in a book. And you know what kind of people they normally say that about. But if you want to hide something from a person, you put it in a book. And if you put it in a book, more than likely, folks aren't going to read it. And as a result of that, we don't get the information that we need so we can protect and help our families to have a better lifestyle, which is a better physical lifestyle. Because if your physical lifestyle isn't together, then the rest of it's not going to matter. And I used to not think that way. I didn't think that way. I said, as long as I got making money and I'm making money and I got food in the house, I got a roof over my head. I used to think that way until I fell 25 feet off the top of a roof. And then they told me that I would probably never walk again. That was my health. I couldn't walk. They said I would never walk again. And for me, think about it. All the money in the world, a roof over my head, all the food in the refrigerator, all that stuff meant nothing because they were saying I would never walk again. So we have to learn to take care of our physical. That's why a Better You lifestyle is physical, personal, and then financial well-being, financial fitness for youth and families. So we start out with the physical and the nutrition, and then we get into the hygiene and all those things. Then we go into mental health and self-awareness and self-care and self, all those things about understanding who you are and how to make a better self, make yourself better and make your lifestyle better. And then we go into the financial parts, because if you don't have those first two steps together, the rest of it is going to go nowhere for you. So again, Willie A. Price Speaks. I did not mean to get on that tangent, but I just think about some of the videos I saw today, and it really, really, really bothers me that they're putting so many things in that biogenetic food. And there's also a code that you look for when you buy fruit in the grocery store, and those labels with the different numbers. And I think if you have to look at the numbers, but the first number tells you if what type of fruit that is, if it was something biogenetic, if it's man-made, or if it's grown, it tells you all the different, those first numbers, the 4, 9, 8, and the 5. And I forgot which one is the good one. I think the 4, the 5, one of those is a good number. So you have to do your research on it. I'll post a video on my page about it. But I'm going to start looking at the fruit that I buy also, because it tells you, those numbers tell you how those fruits were grown. And if they're natural fruits or organic fruits, as you call it, or if it was something grown in a lab, or, added chemicals to make it grow a certain way, all those kind of things. I was watching that video today. So when I say you read and you watch videos and you learn about things, you have to, because our families and our children, our friends are dying off every day. And we could avoid a lot of the ailments and illnesses that we go through. We're not going to avoid dying, but we can avoid being sick until we die. That is something that we can avoid. We can avoid the pains and the aches and pains by getting up and exercising every day, which is what I started back doing. I started my 7 a.m. workouts on Sundays. We start at 8 o'clock, but I started my 7 a.m. workouts Monday through Friday. Sundays, we do it at 8 o'clock. And A Better You Lifestyle, 15 to 20 minutes of exercising, stretching, squats, curls, lunges, push-ups, everything. Getting the body moving, because if your body is not able to move and bend and do the things that it used to do, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. That's what I tell people. If you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So getting up and exercising and being active with your body every day, getting that blood flowing through your body, drinking apple cider vinegar, turmeric, ginger, beet juice, putting juicing with celery and apple and cucumbers, putting the fluids in your body, all those different things. All the things are natural things. Doing all those kind of things before you put all the other things into your body, all the biogenetics and all the chemicals and all the different things that are going to deteriorate your body. Do those things first, and then you'll find it. You'll do the other things, the biochemicals and all the other things. You'll do those less. You won't cut them out, but you'll do them less. Again, my name is Willie A. Price. I did not mean to get on that tangent. Again, thank you for now. Thank you for being a part of this. Share it with your friends and family. And I will see you guys next Sunday, 8 o'clock. We're going to be doing Financially You, and I'm actually going to stick to the subject of Financially You. And I'm going to talk about some definite benefits of being in the stock market. Some of you people hear about the stock market are terrified right now of the stock market because of what you hear about going on in the economy. And I'm going to talk about the stock market, and I'm going to talk about cryptocurrency. So be a part of our show next Sunday at 8 o'clock. And I'm going to talk about stock market. And I may even do offer a boot camp offer again. We'll see if people are interested in that. And we're going to talk about cryptocurrency and how the U.S. government has now decided to get involved in cryptocurrency and how it's going to affect you. You guys have a blessed day, and I will see you all next week.